What's up, mighty boys and girls, it's your Ranger here, and you know what? After I made my video about May's return in Diamond and Pearl, which still in my opinion is one of, if not the best return of all time, there were some comments who wished for a potential return of Serena to be the same, if not better in quality compared to this one. And one thing is for sure, damn, the return of our girl really has some massive shoes to fill, if she even wants to get close to that kind of quality storytelling. So, as soon as I read the comments and thought about it through my head, I decided to make this video right here so that we can all gather around every major expectations / wishes that the fandom has for the return of Serena, and I also want to analyze whether or not those wishes and expectations are good or bad, and whether or not those expectations are realistic. Also, before I start, credit goes to one of my subscribers called Cream, who basically laid out every major expectations which I and many other people have for the return. Shout out to my boy Yordel, who basically made me 2D now. Yay! And also big shout out to both Lukas Video and Immortal Star, who both made amazing fan art of Serena's story after Ash. So, you know, check out their Twitters. Even though I kinda have to point out that Immortal Star's art is, let's say a little bit too spicy for my taste. To be honest, I personally really don't like his spiciness. I still recommend the guy because he was one of the very first fans who sent me fan art, and I really like his overall style. But still, a little bit too spicy, just a little warning. But anyway, if you want to know more, if you want to know my opinion, then grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this. So the first thing we have to talk about is nostalgia, because that is what everybody is naturally expecting from a return of an old companion from the past, and displaying nostalgia is not a bad thing at all. To me, nostalgia always has been a nod from the anime to the older fans who followed the Pokemon anime for decades now, by showing them all the great memories those long-time viewers have created together with these characters. But still, when it comes to nostalgia, I would feel a bit conflicted depending on the execution of it. Although, just like every other return episode where at first I enjoyed the overwhelming amount of nostalgia, later down the road I would feel very conflicted about the overdose of the good old days. Because first of all, if you show too much nostalgia, that has the potential to easily overshadow the current stars and the current generation. Also, another potential danger could be that too much nostalgia can easily alienate new fans. I still remember by the time Brock and Misty returned to the Sun and Moon anime, many people including myself were gushing because of all the memories that this episode has brought forth with. But I also saw comments of some fans who didn't know the Gen 1 gang at all and therefore had no real emotional connection to these people. And to them, this episode from an objective point of view was a mess with no real structure at all. And in hindsight, in some degree, I have to agree with those people as well. Now, let's apply the argument of nostalgia to Serena, and the most common wish / expectation I read throughout many comments is that people want to be reunited with not only Serena, but also with the XY gang as well, and they would love to relive the good old days. So how realistic is it for the anime to bombard us with past memories? I think that's pretty much realistic here, since the Pokemon company loves to relive the good old days. But I would rather not go full out nostalgia, and instead I would do the same approach that the anime did with May's return. They showed small but also very effective amounts of nostalgia without interrupting the overall flow of neither the story nor the current generation. The second thing we have to talk about is continuity. That is another big reason why many people always look forward to a returning character, because by showing their story after their journey with Ash, the producers showcase to the viewers that these characters are all unique individuals who have lives beyond their last adventure and who are not solely bound to Ash. And people want to know their story and experiences, and they want to know how much progress they achieved. What have they done during all these years of absence? Have they found new friends or rivals? And most importantly, in the series about catching monsters, have they obtained new Pokemon? I still remember when I saw May evolving her Eevee into a Glaceon, or her revealing her evolved Wartortle or Venusaur, which really made me happy to see this kind of progress. And I also still remember how hyped and excited I was during the Sun and Moon Return episodes, where Brock and Misty not only showcased their aces, but also revealed that they obtained Mega Evolution. That was awesome, and made those older characters feel fresh while also still feeling very familiar. Just imagine by the time Iris will return in Journeys and she would reveal that she evolved her Gible into a freaking Garchomp. The thought alone just makes me shiver like crazy. But people not only wish for continuity in story, but also continuity in character, because it would feel very odd if beloved characters from the past would behave totally different compared to their past iterations. For example, May showing that even after all these years, she still is a crazy food enthusiast, Brock still showing showing his love for girls, Misty still getting shivers down her spine every time she sees a bug-type Pokemon, Dawn still having the good old habit of brushing everything off with a good old no need to worry, and even Pokemon's personalities should show continuity, with my favorite of course being Dawn's Baniri still being in love with Ash's Pikachu. I squeezed that in for all my Lagomorph shippers out there. So once again, let's apply all those kinds of continuities to Serena, and let's discuss the most common wishes and expectations people have for the return of Serena in regards of both story and character. In regards of story, many people want Serena to not only show her progress in regards of new Pokemon and her contest career, but also one of the biggest wishes I saw in the fandom is for Serena to encounter and befriend May, which is a really high expectation that the Pokemon fans have, and it's totally understandable since she starts her contest career in Hoenn, and therefore it is very much likely that at some point she has to encounter May. I mean, just look at all the fan art I will display today. There is so many fan art between Serena and May, it's crazy. But how realistic is that wish of Serena traveling with May, and the anime actually acknowledging that? In my humble opinion, this specific expectation right here is a mix between realistic and pure fan service. On the one hand, it would be freaking awesome if Serena would reveal that she's actually traveling with May, having ups and downs with her, while also telling each other about their experiences in regards of their first time traveling, their first experience of success and failures, and of course their experience with Ash and how much of an impact he had on their lives. But as much as many other people, including myself, want that to happen, I don't know how realistic it is for the anime to actually do that. And that's solely because, in my opinion, it depends on the amount of episodes. If Serena would only return for one episode and one episode alone, then there is no way that the anime will explore that. But if Serena would return for, let's say, 5 episodes, like May or Dawn did back then exploring her ventures through Hoenn, including a friendship with May, is quite possible. But if it's only one episode, then the only thing I would love for the anime to do is to at least for Serena to acknowledge May, show the viewers that she knows about May and that she respects her and her past with Ash, and that is honestly all I want if it's just one episode. The only major continuity in regards of Serena's character that many people want is for her to still have feelings for Ash. There actually are people out there who have the fear that Amor shipping might get retconned. I mean, come on! One of, if not the major drive of not only Serena to start her Pokemon journey, but also for many people a reason to watch the XY anime to begin with was because she openly showed her feelings towards Ash. Even until the very end, Ash has been displayed as one of the major motivations in her life. So therefore I really doubt that they will just scrap that concept altogether, because her feelings for Ash in a way defined her. So for that wish to not come true, for Amor shipping to get retconned, that in my opinion is highly unrealistic. And before I end the video, let's talk about the last major aspect of Serena's return that many people are hoping for, which is Serena's purpose and impact in Pokemon journeys. I also think that this right here is one of the major reasons of why I made this video, because after rewatching the return of May, I realized why this return is so good. Because by displaying herself as this final step for Dawn to conquer, so that she can finally leave her past depression behind, that just shows what kind of impact May had for Dawn, showcasing her skills, constantly putting pressure on her, so that in the end Dawn can overcome and mature as a character. A past character helping out the current protagonist, a passing of the torch moment, a helping hand when the current gen can't solve a problem. That is the same kind of impact that I myself and many other people want from a return of Serena. That she not only has the purpose of helping out the current Pokegirl, but also leave a legacy behind, where people look back and can say, hey, Serena really helped out the Gen 8 protagonist, that is so cool. But how realistic is it for Serena to not only return for nostalgia and fan service alone, but also to have a positive impact on the next gen? In my opinion, this aspect right here is the most realistic expectation that we as the Pokemon anime fans can have, because there's one specific character who would massively benefit from Serena sharing her experience with her. And that is Koharu/Chloe. In my opinion, both Ash and Go won't be able to help Chloe out, because both boys know since their early childhood what they want to achieve in life. But Chloe doesn't have this kind of clear-cut goal. She's still somewhat indecisive and not sure what the future has in store for her. And as of right now, she just lives by the moment. And honestly, I think that Serena is by far the only person who really can have a return while also having a major impact on one of the new protagonists. She knows exactly how Chloe feels. She knows how it feels like to be undecisive about your future and to live by the moment. During the beginnings of her episodes, Serena herself didn't know what kind of career she wanted to do. or what kind of purpose her life had. She knows how it feels when people expect for you to do a certain career, even though you yourself desire something totally different. In this case, Serena's mom Grace wanted her to be a Pokemon racer, but she wanted to be a performer, and same goes with Chloe. People in her environment expect her to follow the footsteps of her dad, Professor Ceres, even though she herself doesn't know what she wants, and just like Serena, doesn't want to be typecasted. And for Serena and Chloe to not only share, but also relate to each other's story, and then for Serena to find a solution together with Chloe, that is a huge expectation from the fan to the anime. But in my opinion, also the most realistic one, and something that the anime easily can do. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. What is your opinion on Serena's return and all the wishes and expectations the fandom has for that? Tell me, and just like always, I see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys!